Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Don't Look in the Basement 2 from 2015. It's directed by Tony Brownrigg and stars Andrew Sensenig and Frank Mosley. You might remember that we already reviewed the first film in this collection, Don't Look in the Basement, 60 or 70 reviews ago, as it was originally a 50 Drive-In Movie Classics film, but we watched it as part of this collection because the presentation was probably better. Wow. This is the third movie in a row I don't have a ton of pictures for. Sorry about that, but in this film's case, it's because the majority of pictures I found for this film were of the NSFW variety. Which is strange because this film isn't a particularly hard R picture. I mean, it's got blood and gore, but not really excessive amounts. Anyway, on to Don't Look in the Basement 2. This film is not much of anything, and I hate saying that because it may have been a labor of love. Let me explain. When I saw that the director was Tony Brownrigg, something clicked in my brain. I thought maybe he had directed one of the films in the 50 Decrepit Crypt of Nightmares collection because this film has the look of a really polished one of those films. So I looked him up and couldn't find anything he'd worked on that I was familiar with. Then I looked up the original film and who directed it, and everything fell into place immediately when I saw the director of Don't Look in the Basement was S.F. Brownrigg, also known as Tony's father. This film is also a sequel to a 42-year-old film. That's right, 42 trips around the sun occurred between those two films, and yet this is a direct sequel to the first film. Which, how do you do that? Well, it turns out one of the original film's actors was still in the biz and agreed to be in this sequel, but seeing how her character died in the first film, they had to give her a new character. But she's there, and that is the important part, I guess. Perhaps I should explain a bit. See, damn near every character in the original film are dead by the film's end, so they do bring back one of the characters that survived the original film, but seeing how the original actor passed away in 2007 and this film came out in 2015, they had to recast. The character is explained away as having spent the last 42 years going from one mental health asylum to the next. At least this film doesn't simply take the title Don't Look in the Basement 2 for granted as though it were just words. The final twist of the film is revealed when the doctor looks down at the basement, just like happened in the original film. I thought they just took the title and name only and not an action. That's pretty cool. But the rest of the movie is not, and so it gets a D- for massive suckage. Tomorrow it's back to the 50 excellent 80s films with the film Intimate Agony. See y'all then.